Sean Strickland, hey, Mick Maynard here, UFC matchmaker. You know already? Okay, perfect. Yeah, I just always reintroduce myself when I call people with severe CTE just to make sure, you know. Yeah. Sean, I have good news for you. We got a fight for you. Nah, it's not Paulo Costa, no. No, it's also not Hamza Chimaev, no. But you're close there, you're close. It's from the same country. Nah, another Russian. Abus Magomedov is called. Never heard of him, no? Okay. Well, yeah, he just had a highlight reel knockout at UFC Paris, so I think that fight will sell pretty good, and the win over him would make you look very good, Sean. No, he's not ranked, no. How many fights? One fight in the UFC, yes. Yeah, I know the guy he beat is lost 4 out of his last 5. Yeah, I know, Sean, I know. But trust me, Sean, accept this fight. It's a good fight for you. I think it makes a lot of sense. There's no other guy available right now in the rankings, you know. And trust me, a win over him will give you very good opportunities in the future. Trust me. Yeah, Sean, yeah. You should take the fight. Yeah. You agree? Thank you. Thank you so much, Sean. Thank you so much for accepting this fight. We appreciate you. Okay, Sean, hey, have a good one. Enjoy your sparring, enjoy your CTE. See you soon, Sean, okay? Bye-bye, Sean. Bye-bye. What a stupid ass motherfucker that guy is.
Like, you know, now I'm just gonna be the white trash motherfucker that I am.
Hello and welcome to Bloodsport MMA.
Salam alaikum to everyone.
Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov is the main event of this week's UFC event. So let me break down the fight and give you my official prediction. So this is, as you saw in the intro, a weird matchup. Sean Strickland, the guy who has thousands of fights in the UFC, feels like, who's number 7 ranked right now, who is on a 1-fight winning streak, in my opinion, should be on a 2-fight winning streak because there's no way he lost against Cannonier. Fights a guy now that has 1 fight in the UFC, which is kind of a weird situation, but Sean Strickland just accepts everything he gets somehow. So I don't want to make this too long. Sean Strickland is a guy that just walks forward and doesn't stop. Like, you have to knock him out to stop him from moving forward. He will, no matter who you are, will have his cocksucking guard and walk forward to you until you get knocked out or he gets knocked out, okay? He has a phenomenal jab. He works his jab really well, and his boxing is really fundamentally good. It lands, at least. He's not the biggest kicker, not the biggest grappler. He's a good grappler, but he just does not use it too much. I don't think he will use it against Abus. Abus is a guy who's very well-rounded. Abus is very long. He has a reach advantage as well against Sean. Not a big one, but a small reach advantage.
It's so big.
He's a very long, lanky guy who can grapple, who can strike. Especially striking is his bread and butter. Beautiful kicks. He loves the front kicks. That's also the way he knocked out Dustin Stoltzfus in his first UFC fight. And it's an interesting matchup because you have a guy that you have 2 guys that like to come forward. Also, Abus is a guy who likes to walk forward. He's not the type of guy who just backs off and counterpunches you. But I believe that for Abus, the way to go is throwing a lot of front kicks like he usually does and throwing a lot of counter hooks. Because he has long arms and he has beautiful hooks. So I could see a path to victory for him by just, as I said, front kicking the shit out of Sean Strickland, body head, and throwing a lot of long hooks. But what I see in this fight is a guy in Sean Strickland who's fought the who's who in the UFC. The guy fought everyone somehow, and other than Pereira, never really got dominated or finished or something. He always looked good in every fight. I mean, he just fought Cannonier, and you saw what Cannonier did to Vettori, and he looked phenomenal against Cannonier. He won that fight, in my opinion. He just fought Imavov on a few days' notice, beat him fair and square. Sean Strickland is a really good fighter. I feel like he's only getting better as well. I feel like, especially with the team that he has now, Extreme Couture, he's only getting better. And he has so much experience in there. He spars every day. Abus hasn't fought in a year nearly. He fought in UFC Paris last year in September. Or August, no, September. He hasn't fought in nearly a year. And yes, Abus is very dynamic, very dangerous in the stand-up, powerful and stuff. But Abus is not the typical Russian, typical undefeated scary Russian. He's a guy that has 4 losses. He's been knocked out like 2-3 years ago. He's been knocked out cold. I believe that Abus is a very dangerous matchup for Strickland. It's a stupid matchup for him because he's very dangerous in terms of his style. Plus, there's nothing to win for Sean. Like, what should he win in that fight? He's number 7. He fights a guy who had 1 fight in the UFC. But for Abus, it's everything to win. For Strickland, it's everything to lose. But I just believe the experience, it will be a big factor in this fight. Even though we have to mention Abus has the same amount of fights or even more fights than Strickland in his pro career. I think 26-4 is his record or something. But he does not have UFC experience.
He
hasn't fought. He fought in the PFL, yes, but don't compare the PFL to the UFC. That's a much brighter stage. The positive thing for Abus is it's in the Apex. So in the Apex, you don't have all these pressure situations. But the thing with the Apex is it's a smaller cage. I think it's 40% smaller than a normal cage. And it's very unfamiliar to fight in front of barely no crowd. And like, you know what I mean? Sean has been there so many times. Sean fought in the Apex several times. He's used to the small cage. He's used to everything in there. And Abus' style is great for a big cage because he likes to be very long, lanky, rangy. It's hard to do that in a small cage. So I think this favors Strickland. I think Strickland has just so much experience inside that octagon. He's not a guy, if you're not Alex Pereira, who you can finish that easily. He's very tough, durable, comes forward all the time, and has a lot of 5 rounds experience as well, especially inside the gym because he spars for like 5 rounds every day somehow. I just have the feeling, and I would not be surprised if Abus catches him with something, but I have the feeling that Sean Strickland will just walk him down for 5 rounds. I think they will both land. I think they will both hurt each other. But I believe Sean Strickland will teach him a little lesson there. I don't think he will knock him out or finish him. But I believe Sean Strickland will win by unanimous decision against Abus Magomedov. Just because of experience, because of Sean Strickland, no one spars more than he does. He has a full training camp now. He's focused, dedicated. You see it on his Instagram. He seems happier than ever. He's fully focused on his craft. And I believe that Sean Strickland is a dangerous Sean Strickland. So I'm looking forward to see that fight. It will be a really interesting one. The betting lines are very close. It's not like if Abus would be a plus 400, I would be like, put your money on Abus. But Abus is a plus 120 or something. Strickland a minus 120, something like that. It's not a fight that I would bet on, to be honest, because it's so risky. It's such a close fight. There's not much to gain there with the betting lines. So I would not put too much money on there. If I put money on there, I'll put it on Strickland. But you do what you want. Write your picks in the comments, guys. Who do you think will win that fight? Write in the comments. Like this video, guys, and subscribe to this channel to not miss any further video, okay? Eat your vegetables, eat your fruits, and see you in the next one, guys. Stay healthy. Bye-bye. Bloodsport out.